Oilers, you got a great offense with Connor McDavid. So I have them sweeping them.
Yeah, well, I don't think you heard my point. The San Francisco Giants have 3 more in the 2010s than the Rangers have in their entire history. So, yeah.
It's hard to get back and to get back-to-back wins. And I don't see the Lightning doing it here, so I have them losing to the Hurricanes in 6.
We don't talk about the 2010s because the 2010s had the Astros. And if the Astros didn't happen, the Yankees would have won in 2017.
He was close to Frank Reich, and they want Frank Reich back, so that's what they got. It's their discount Frank Reich.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew. Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more.
Hi, this is Julie Dobbs. You're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. Austin and I debated about this topic. I'm sure this probably brings you great joy, Austin, with Alex Cora being fired from the Red Sox.
It does, but I don't, as a neutral observer, I think this is a bad decision by Red Sox management. I think it was kind of similar to the Philly situation in the sense that I think it's too early to do this. I still think the Red Sox could be a playoff team this year, but the fact that the players also really don't support this, I think backs up the point even further.
Yeah, I was honestly shocked. I hadn't seen their record, but still, the Red Sox firing Alex Cora, because if you look back a few years, this is the same organization that kept Alex Cora during his suspension, or maybe he was fired but immediately brought back after his suspension due to the Houston Astros scandal. And it was just amazing. They really dealt with him as the Red Sox did not have some great years, but then they had a good year last year. So it seemed like they were dedicated to Cora, and I was shocked to see that they fired him because it is way too early in the season. And then the backlash as well. Players have been frustrated with the answers from ownership regarding the firing.
Yeah, and the players seem, especially like Trevor Story and some of the other guys, feel a little bit betrayed by the ownership because, I mean, the players who are playing while a manager, a head coach, or anything like that is fired, they feel a little bit bad. They feel a little bit responsible because they're the ones that actually have to play those games out. So I think it makes it a little bit more difficult for teams or for players that see their coach get fired, especially when they are very supportive of their guy. I don't think this was necessarily the right move. I think that a lot of teams at the beginning of the year just struggle, and that's just something to expect in baseball. Baseball is a very rhythm-based sport, and that's why there are so many games, because you have to get back into a rhythm. But if they made this decision in July, I don't know if I'd have this bad of a reaction to it, but it being this early in the season, I just don't necessarily think this was the right choice.
Yes, and to me, if they went in a different direction, it'd still be shocking, but it's like you have the full season, and they're not meeting their expectations. They made a lot of trades. So to me, this seems very reactionary compared to calculated.
Yeah, and reactionary decisions make it to where now you have to really scramble to get a manager to not just waste an entire season.
And talking about that, we waited initially after it because it was like, okay, if you're going to go do this, there probably is someone that you're immediately going to hire. But
that
was
wasn't
not
the case.
Yeah, it wasn't. Which to me just shows this isn't calculated. This is more an emotional move. And part of that was the Red Sox have changed general managers. So I saw a lot of comments, and I agree with it, that it is now Craig Breslow's team, as he's the chief baseball officer for the Red Sox. And Chaim Bloom was the previous one. So kind of given the differences maybe between them, that's kind of what led to ownership moving on from Cora.
Yeah. And it's hard to replace a guy that did win a World Series with your organization in 2018 that has been there. I mean, they made the playoffs last year in a kind of a surprising fashion where I didn't think they were going to be that good, and they were. But I don't think that the outlook of this team is the same between the players and the upper management, and Cora got caught in between that.
Yeah, and this is a team that's made some shocking moves. Last year they traded Devers, and there's been a youth movement. So why not rely on a veteran coach like Cora that has had success with this young team?
That would be my question as well. I don't know.
So do you think, I know we waited, do you think they hire someone for this season, or do they let the interim coach or interim manager finish out the season?
Like you said, this was a reactionary deal, so I think it could be a while before we actually see them hire a guy, and that may be the entire season.
Yeah. And I think it seems like they go in an unknown route or unproven route compared to a proven manager.
I think it would have to be proven because they're trying to win now, right? Wouldn't you think that'd be? I don't know if you'd fire Cora for an up and coming guy.
Well, if you want to go proven coach, who would be better than Cora right now?
Well, if you just thought that he lost the locker room, then they would just be trying to find a guy that has a similar feel to it. Because I don't know necessarily trying to make the playoffs this year. They're not tanking. If they were
No, they're
tanking,
not
then I
tanking.
understand. Well, then I don't understand. I don't think a guy who's never done this before would be better than someone who has.
I would say it's a different vision for the team, and they may just trust that this team's going to be competitive anyway. So we kind of want a coach that will develop them and kind of continue to help them in the playoffs.
So you think that they hire a manager that's not been a manager before, or very sparingly has been?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see.
And I feel, yeah, in that case, I feel like it would be after the end of the season, especially given how they've taken their time with finding a new manager.
Yeah, that's true.
So let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.